Aieee! Oh yeah, baby! Welcome to Chef Bourque's Cajun Kitchen. Aieee! Oh yes, sir. Today I'm making a special treat. This is something called chicken in a silk gravy. It's not going to be a roux, and it won't be a tomato gravy or red gravy, however we call it down here on the bayou. But what it is, it's a chicken that's browned real good in grease and cooked down in the succulent silk type gravy. You eat that over rice, and you can have some good corn with that, or some smothered cabbage, or smothered potatoes, or whatever. If you're cooking it at home, the cooking time is approximately maybe 1.5 hours, somewhere like that. Now you're going to hear some birds in my background. That's the Doobie Brothers. And I also got the Blue Nun and Lucille out here, and I got Paco the Parrot. But you know what? It's all good on the bayou. And I know you've met my friends here, Jean-Pierre, Peter, Investigator, and whatchamacallit. Look like they got hold of somebody's hand. Oh well, before we start, let's take care of something important. As you know, I got a little cherry berry wine that I made up, Chef Bourque brand. I like to fill my glass because when I'm cooking, it kind of relaxes me and it puts, it kind of wakes up my taste buds. All right, here we go. First thing we're going to do before we do anything, I've got to put some grease in that little pot right there. That's my Dutch oven. A little cooking oil in there. I guess I could say about 1/2 cup maybe. All right, now I'm going to light my fire. I love my outdoor kitchen. I hope y'all do too. Oh yeah, my little stove is something else, boy, let me tell you. We got to start off by seasoning our chickens. Now, let me tell you what I got. I got some chicken thighs and drumsticks here. I had that left over from a previous little meal. But I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead. I was going to cook it in a gumbo, and I said, well, I'm going to save that for my little video I was going to do today. All right. First thing I'm looking for is some salt. Grease is getting hot right now. I got a little chili powder. Not a whole bunch. I'm not making chili. I'm just going to be browning that up real good right now. I like a little granulated garlic. And I like a little paprika. And if I was going to use some kind of pepper on that today, I'd go ahead and use it. But I got a guest coming over. It's not in the pepper, and I like to accommodate everybody, you know. Me, I'd put that sucker on there. Well, look how pretty and red and salted that is, and garlic that is. I tell you what, that's going to get hot fast. So, before I start, I got to put that on the side. All right, I'm going to put my chicken in there, and you can hear it already. I like to put it skin side down first, unless you've got the skin all the way around. I tell you what, gonna have the prettiest, silkiest, beautifulest gravy. It's almost a golden brown. And after I'm finished with it, the taste is so superb. And when you put that over a bed of rice, oh my God, my God, my God. Let me tell you, it's just gonna take your breath away. If you eat at my house, you know, everybody, they just got their breath taken away after the first few bites. All right. What you want to do is kind of stir your meat up a little bit as it's kind of frying down. So you don't want it to fry just yet. You don't want it to start sticking to the bottom yet. That chicken's kind of cooking a little bit, doing its thing. Start to stick a little, and that's what, you know, that right now's the time, as long as it's getting a little brown. All them spices is coming out in the grease right now. I feel like I'm in a jungle somewhere with all these birds, and I'm waiting to hear a monkey in my banana tree start screaming out there. We're having so much fun. You gotta keep stirring it. Ooh, that's pretty. Let that leg fry up a little bit more, get a little bit brown. Like I said, if you don't know what to do with them chicken thighs, do this right here. See, my grease got a little reddish in it. That's the paprika and the chili powder. That's what that is. Now, it won't taste the chili. Oh, no. Like making chili, it won't taste the chili. That's my own spice, you know. Plus I got a little something extra I put in there when I do my rubs, you know. One day, I'll tell you about that one day when I sell you a jar. Pete, you gotta do this one here, man. This is a bad bar here. Oh yeah. God, it's chicken in a silk gravy truck. Go for it, G-Dubby. Learn it. Funky jumper, learn this one here for your next fest, partner. All it takes is yardbirds. Alright, my chicken's kind of fried up a little bit. Let's start adding some things. I got 2 whole onions right here, chopped. I'm gonna put in there. And I'm gonna lower my fire. Lower my fire so the onions can catch up with the chicken. Kind of stir it a little bit. Let me tell you what. Oh, whoa! You can smell this right now. You know, I mean, if you can smell this right now. See that gravy's starting to turn silky color. Like the way I figured silk would look, you know, like a sweet golden brown. And you scrape the bottom of the pot to kind of get your chicken off the bottom, and when you doing that, you're making a little brownish gravy, adding to your silk color. Ooh, Lord, it smells good. Let me tell you, thighs, that's the best meat for this is thighs. I like the breast and everything, but I'm a thigh chicken. I like my thighs and my legs. Just about got all that brown off the bottom. The color's great. Paco, if you don't settle down, boy, I'm going to have you in this pot after a while. I have some Paco in the silk gravy. Alright, so that's cooking down. I'm letting some juice loose from my onions. You can see I didn't add any water. My onions letting that moisture loose in that grease. That hot grease is just enough to pick up everything off the bottom of the pot. I've already got that seasoned now. Don't forget, I seasoned up my chicken. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, bell peppers. I always like to put my little bell peppers in there. Here I've got a half of a large bell pepper. I'm just going to throw it in there. Let it kind of cook. Don't y'all just love my outdoor kitchen? I love this place, yo. Let me tell you. Yeah. I just let it cook right now. Alright. Now I'm going to throw a little celery in there. I got 2 stalks of celery here. Chopped up. Well, we missed that little storm Karen, but I don't know if we're going to miss it tonight or not. You know what I mean? We still catching some rain. Boy, if you could smell it. Damn. You know, I've never heard anybody call this chicken in the silk gravy except my brother-in-law. He's the one that gave me that name years ago. When he was a young boy, he used to love this here, and his mama would fix it. And he would beg her, Mama, make me some chicken in the silk gravy. And she said, well, what is that, boy? And he'd explain it to her. And one day she was making this, and she said, that's what you talking about. Silk gravy, because it's silky. When you put that on that rice, it's just a beautiful little yellow. I mean, yellowish brown. So good. Everything just goes crazy. Goes crazy in your mouth, boy. I'm telling you, that's the thing. My nephew came over for the wedding there. My other nephew got married and married a beautiful woman, real nice family. And let me tell you what, when my nephew, the one from Maryland, came over, I hooked him up. I gave him a case of my Chef Bourque beer, Aieee beer, and a case of wine. And one of them was my Chef Bourque cherry berry. Boy, I tell you what, when I make my wine, it's not often I make it, but when I make it, I put a lot of love and care into it. It's more like a Merlot. Very good. Everything's cooking right now. Like the celery, bell pepper, and onions cooking good. I'm not going to add my garlic and parsley just right now, because when you put your garlic too soon and it gets brown, it could almost burn. So I don't want to do that too soon. I'm going to wait until after a while. Later I'm going to add a little bit of water, not much, but that's when I'm going to throw in my parsley, and I'm going to throw in my garlic. Just let it do its thing, and when it's cooked down, everything will be ready. Look, I'm going to cover this up, and I'm going to see you after a while. I'm going to cover that rascal, but not all the way. Just a little. I'm going to leave a little crack. I like to leave a little crack in there so I don't get too much heat. It'll do its thing. Alright, see you after a while. Aieee, oh yeah, baby. Hot. Ooh, try to get all that off the bottom I can. Now it's time to add a little water. Maybe about a cup. Put the moisture back in it. Look at that gravy, how pretty that is. Put my garlic. I got 4 little cloves of garlic. I'm going to chop up. Well, they've already been chopped. I'm going to add them. They start cooking. And I've got some parsley. I've got 6 sprigs chopped up. Fresh parsley. It's going to cook in almost nothing before it's over with. Parsley goes to nothing. God, if you can smell this right now. Alright, I add about another cup of water. And I'm going to cover it this time all the way. Lower my fire. Let it cook about 20 minutes. Let me tell you something. This chicken right here looks so good. I'm gonna let it cook without the lid and raise my fire a little bit. I want to get some of that water, some of that gravy down to where it's like a little grease. And that's what you're going to put on top of your rice. And I tell you what, that flavor is just going to knock your socks off. If you got socks on, they're going to go. Get ready to go. Just like your shoes, they're gone. Oh, this is done now. Let me tell you what, that is a pretty gravy. Cut it off. This is so beautiful. I think I'm gonna do me a thigh. I'm gonna do me a drumstick. See that pretty drumstick right here? That over that rice. That parsley is beautiful. My Lord to heaven to Betsy. I got my plate here. Chicken in the silk bread. Got my little red peppers. This one here is called hot as hell. You remember I did my Tabasco? Well, I like that. Just put that on my gravy. It's the beautifulest gravy, I tell you. Mmm. If you ever come visit me, on the bayou, ask me to make some of this for you. Ooh, that pepper's hot and good. I'll be glad to. I'll see y'all later. I got to go in and do my thing. I need some veggies. God damn.